mic is okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego political, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't the political, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't political, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, my ego. You go show na paper.
As they see with us, you go dey pain them. As they pain them, you go dey see with us.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo do 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 do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo do 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 do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And at the same time, expect more of Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, the social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, the Mumumadus, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, the entire clan of the Buhari idiots, the Buharistans. They are also going to be joining us tonight. The Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Donatus, the Jatus, Shukus, Ziaris, and none like that. So when you see them reacting, please be gentle on them. Tonight, we are going to dig even further into some things that they want you to ignore. Yeah, because they are so important. You see, when you go to a magician's show, usually one hand is for the trick, the other hand is just to distract you. But there is something that I want to continue to emphasize on. The state of Nigeria today, the division, the vile, the hatred, all this, madness that you're witnessing in Nigeria today were brought upon Nigeria, weaponized by APC, Egbe, Al-Qaeda People's Congress. And anything that is associated with APC, Egbe, you have to do what? You have to open your eyes very, very well. That is why tonight I'll continue to help you keep your memory alive about the characters who brought us to this stage today. Yeah. And offering again to take you to where we know and we know they go. So you would please expect some of the Vuvuzelas. They're going to be joining us tonight. And I'm going to do a very critical surgery about these people individually. Tonight, enough for you to understand the danger that they represent and whether you should run away or run towards them. The choice will be yours. Again, if you are just joining us, you can still share the broadcast. Invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tonight is going to be a long night. Yesterday, many people were not really surprised that Tinubu didn't show up, at least to come and use his own mouth to tell the world what exactly he has to offer. Not just that, at least an opportunity for him to dispel all the earth scare rumor and all that. So he sent Shetima that people now called the godfather of Kabiru, Shokoto. Now, Shetima came and stole the show when his mode of dressing was more kind of popular than what he had to say. But tonight, in fairness, I am going to share with you what he said. Same thing for Atiku. There is something that is so crucial that we must acknowledge tonight. As I have done my best in the past, there is something going on in Nigeria. It didn't start now. it's continued to corona. They are continuing to change form and continue to push. The bottled frustration of Nigerians over time has reached the boiling point whereby they could no longer be contained. All thanks to APC. Egbekegbe. How? When they came, they promoted their tribal supremacy over others, including how they have been doing things, which pointedly shown everyone who is not of the same Fulani, Hausa, or a northern flock in their arrangements to understand their place in Nigeria. For 7 years, Boko Haram and gang, they told the rest of us that they could do whatever they wanted and they could get whatever they wanted. And at any time they wanted it, even if they have to massacre the people for it. So this, over time, shaped the mind and idea of the emerging Nigeria. Once again, all thanks to APC. Egbekegbe. So, while they were doing all this, some people, many of us are chosen to pursue the self-determination advocacy where self-preservation was being preached as Fulani flock of APC. Egbekegbe told the rest of us to go and eat shit, whatever. For the past 7 years, that pitted many nationalities in Nigeria to discover and decided to what? To hold their ground, because they didn't stop at their arrogance and then power grab. They went as far as land grab everywhere, which now spooked majority of the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria within 7 years. This divided us more than poverty, which helped to increase the level of insecurity as we are witnessing it, right? Oh, within that 7 years as well, ladies and gentlemen, police brutality became something like a pandemic. Young people were being profiled and slaughtered if they were unable to pay the extortionists, the policemen. They were supposed to provide security for them in the first place. All these frustrations got to the boiling point when the Biafrans demanded finally that they needed to leave Nigeria. An opportunity for a genocidist, Boko Haram, who now controlled the levels of power and had his own people appointed into different security formations across the country. Not just that, appointed into strategic ministerial positions, including communication, the one that that monitors the communications of Nigerians, including their bank transactions. On and on like that, they turned Nigeria to the jihadist police state, which was not to protect anyone, but indeed to traumatize everyone. Guess what? The young people protested. Serious one. Peaceful protest, well organized, right before our eyes. Yeah. APC, Egbekegbe, rolled out they rolled out machine guns, they rolled out tanks, and they slaughtered them. When they slaughtered them, you know what happened next? They now started a never seen before propaganda, a denier that many Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, all these educated, hungry wolves, they decided to blame these people in death. In fact, at some point, when it was so convenient, they said it was organized, the whole violence in Lagos State was organized by IPOB. Oh, Igbo people came to burn down Lagos State, and to this day, they have the wearies that believe them. Tonight, I am going to rejig your memory. I'm going to play back what happened in Lagos State that led to the bloodshed that they staged, because for 7 years, the frustration of the people grew. Everyone was looking for a way to express that. Boko Haram's government turned democracy to militocracy. Now, militocracy, whereby the police are no longer useful except if they wanted to go and kidnap somebody for money. Military took over everywhere and gunfire everywhere. The Shiites came out. They weren't protesting. They were doing their usual work, they call it. There's a name for it, too. If I remember, I'll tell you. And they said they blocked the road of the chief of army staff under this APC, Egbekegbe. The chief of army staff, Buratai the Butcher, slaughtered over 1,500 Nigerians. The Shiites, guess what? They were blamed in death by APC, Egbekegbe. The Biafrans, Igbos, they came out and they said, with APC, Egbekegbe, and the kind of power and the kind of vengeance that they are bringing, Igbos will never be safe in Nigeria. So true to their words, Boko Haram's government declared them wanted. He declared them enemy of Nigeria, and therefore he gave the Nigerian military the license to kill them. Guess what were their offenses? They have their social media platform. They have their camera phones, and they have flags, banners, and they were everywhere demanding for Biafra. That was their offense. Thousands of them were slaughtered under this APC, Egbekegbe. Ladies and gentlemen, for that 7 years, PDP, the people destroying people, they kept mute. In fact, in some places, PDP governors, they joined in the slaughtering of the angry Nigerians. All they needed was just to give you a tag before they snuff life out of you. PDP, APC, when APC was busy slaughtering people, jailing people, kidnapping people, and making people disappear, the people destroying people, they were minding their businesses, because they would have done the same if they were those holding the level of power as well. It is the spirit of one Nigeria. They kept mute. Atiku, I mean, a young girl was killed, stoned to death, burned to death by the Islamic mob in northern Nigeria. Atiku, that they were preparing PDP for, was enjoying his life in Dubai. I mean, if Nigeria is not safe, now Nigeria is not theirs. He stayed back in Dubai, enjoying his life. Then they killed Deborah. Everybody was like triggered, enraged. In that heat of the moment, Atiku condemned the killing. And in fact demanded that those who killed Deborah should be brought to justice. Loriro, fine. It didn't last for an hour. That message, because he quickly realized the political implication of that. Not when all permutation is being put in place for Atiku to replace Boko Haram. As long as power remains in northern Nigeria, it doesn't really matter which party. Right? But here is the point. When all of this were going on, APC, PDP, right? They felt like they have won. Fulani terrorists started killing people down south. Yorubaland got invaded and still currently invaded and enveloped by terrorists. Yeah? APC, Egbekegbe, PDP, people destroying people. All of them who are also Yoruba, so in Nigeria, they continue to play politics with it because what would they do to offend their Fulani lords or what, and then lose power? You see all of this whole thing, right, happening. The Fulani governors were hopping from one radio station to another. Hausa lawmakers, politicians, and the rest of them, they are jumping from one radio Hausa to another radio Hausa to another TV Fufude to another this and that, explaining the reasons why people should accept this murderous AK-47 wielding terrorist. They continue to give excuses and reasons, and they continue to walk through the mind of the people of why they should accept the killers. PDP, APC. Now, people rose. For example, in Yorubaland, Oloye Sunday Igboho raised the alarm. Hey, look at what they're doing. He raised the alarm that got the attention of majority of you watching me right now. Yeah? His alarm raised this. His alarm also raised many, many enemies for him among the people he was trying to alert, including the Lagos Abobakus. Because when people destroying people are preparing themselves for Atiku, a northerner, it will not augur well for them to come out and say the truth about the invading terrorists enabled by Boko Haram. That would be dangerous for them because it will be dangerous for the North. It will be dangerous for Atiku. On the other hand, the Lagos Abobaku Oshogbo Alimajiris, they were also keeping mute because raising an alarm or on an objection is going to spook their investments in APC, Egbekegbe, the investment of lies, poverty, and wanton destruction. You know it, you know Buhari don't destroy Nigeria. You are APC, Abi. You know it. Everybody knows. See what they have done. You know that. You know the truth. But you can't say it. Saying it will mean you are going to agree that Boko Haram did all of that. Yeah? And therefore, you are also going to say APC, Egbekegbe did all of that. Then that will make it difficult for you to sell your Tifnumbu, except if it's on a tribal trade, Abi. You know that. The young people then said, enough. Just same way. They went for them. They went for the IPOBs. They kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. PDP said nothing. They were slaughtering IPOBs. PDP said nothing. They were compensating and rewarding murderers, terrorists. They called them repentants. PDP said nothing. They went to Ibadan, Soka at Igboho's house. They attempted to kill him. They killed people in his house. And all of that happened. PDP said nothing. APC said nothing. Because they would do the same thing in that same position if it was PDP right there, right now. And you are demanding for Biafra, demanding for Yoruba nation, or demanding that you should go and arm yourself and defend yourself against the Fulani terrorists and the rest of that. If you do that, they will do the same thing to you. Yes, they would. They said nothing. NSAS came. APC, Boko Haram slaughtered innocent people across Nigeria. Nigeria police were using their own truck to move thugs, armed thugs, to different locations where protesters were peacefully protesting, and to attack them. People got attacked, properties got destroyed, people got killed. They gave guns to their own security agents to go into town and kill everyone suspected to be supporting or reporting on NSAS. They did all of that. PDP said nothing. APC said nothing. You see all of this whole frustration. That is why I said, don't get me wrong, Obi's movement, which you can say is also what you can see the frustration that gave birth to NSAS protest has now metamorphosed into something they now call political revolution, a mixture of frustrated Nigerians and then maybe frustrated politicians too. But what happened now is that the Obi movement as it is now sound as the karma, because you know what would have happened? Despite all of these atrocities committed by APC, and then enjoyed the the silence of people destroying people for 7 years, you would have been left. They would have won. How? Because according to them, they have kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Abi? Now, that in a way is expected to what? To weaken the Biafran struggle. They have exiled Igboho. That is to what? To cut down the inspiration of the young Yorubas to defend themselves and defend their land against the invading terrorists. They have they have shot and killed young people who thought they could use their one Nigeria spirit, right, to call the government or probably, bring the government to our knees and then assuage to their demands. They brought their guns, they killed them. So to them, they have already, those who they could bottle, your civil society organizations, your activists, those they could buy, they have turned them to cash activists. Your columnists in different media platforms, your print media in Nigeria, those they could buy, they have bought them. Now it's more or less like they have taken over everything. You can cry from now till tomorrow. You can fight from now till next year. They will continue to be in charge and dominate and continue to dictate which level of destruction they are going to unleash on you this time around. But from nowhere, these same young people, they transform their anger again, that you can say their frustration again, into what they call the political movement of Obi. I call that their karma. And today, guess the people who are now complaining about bullying, PDP, APC in this life, isn't it so interesting to see? But in fairness, like I said, let's go back to what happened in Lagos, where after Tinubu spent billions. This is funny, okay? It's so funny. They said that Tinubu doesn't have to do any live interview. Tinubu doesn't have to attend everywhere to talk to people. And you know why? Why? His work would speak for him because he has paid enough people to come and lie to you the same way they told you about Bokwari and Pastor Ruga. Where is Pastor Ruga today? Where is he today? He's alive. He's still your vice president. Yeah, he's still the same one. But guess what? The guy is just waiting it out to disappear and you will never see him again. That's exactly what the result of the result of those who are doing same thing to you right now, what they did to you during Bokwari and Pastor Ruga. They told you they don't need to talk to you. Well, they are work, they are this, they are that. They say, fine. Make Tinubu say himself. Bring him out to say it himself. Turn on the camera live and let him speak because he can't talk. Do you know that? Do you know that Tinubu can't really talk very well anymore? Oh, you don't know. Now, that's the problem now, okay? Because they have managed to build life out of lies. And you see, when you lie, when you lie and lie so much, you go begin to believe your own lies. Oh, are you with me? Person where they tell you say very cerebral, very intelligent, very outspoken, very blah, 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 blah. Tell them, make them turn the camera on live. Oh yeah, no cut and paste recording. It is demented now. Tinubu has dementia. Okay? It is a very, very terrible degenerative disease. Okay? And it is so common these days in the elderly people, especially between the ages of 65 and above. I'm not a doctor. You can Google it. Go online and read about dementia. So, and what are the symptoms of dementia? First, forgetfulness. Okay? Which is most of the time the most obvious, simple way to explain dementia. They forget things. And when it is at a very early stage, it can be random. It can be once in a while, what have you. But when it gets to that medium stage, like when you are increasing volume of a music, when you get to medium, you know it's going to be different again. This time around, they can begin to black out and forget about forget faces. You know, family members, including wife or husband and all that. It is a very, very terrible degenerative disease. And Tinubu also is suffering from Parkinson's disease. Parkinson, that's in way, you know, it is also a degenerative one. All right? All of this, you can't say it's anybody's fault. This is health now. Okay? However, this same sickness can affect speech. And you know that if you know Tinubu for a very long time, he is a kind of person, whenever he's in his own comfort zone, he loves to speak slowly anyway. And whenever he's in his own bubble, he kind of loves to speak faster. So for so many people who have seen Tinubu from the past 22 years now, and they know what they see now, they will tell you. Initially, they will say it's old age. Okay? Yes, it's old age. And, you know, you cannot beat nature. You can't cheat nature. All of us are going to probably get to that stage someday. And most of the time, when people get to that stage, right, what they do is that they are medically advised to slow down. That's the stage where, before I even get to that stage, yeah, they would have advised them to start putting their life and everything, business, you know, in order. In other words, it means they should begin, when they can still think right, they should begin to transfer anything that has to do with day-to-day activity that requires the same 24 hours a brain, you know, jogging and all of that stuff. They will begin to advise them to reduce them, okay, at that stage. Medically, I'm not a medical doctor. Go and Google what I'm telling you. And don't stop arguing there and start calling, are you God? Are you God? I'm not the one that messed up with your brain, okay? Everything is not God, okay? It's their simple information that could possibly even help your own ignorance, okay? Be everything you go there. Now so una de shout change. Sai Baba, like people where they swear for 8 years ago. Now, when they brought the calamity upon you, you started shouting, God will help us, God will help us, as if to say you voted for God. This is not about God. We are talking about health here. Go and read about it. So, they are hiding him because of that, but they say he cannot be everywhere. If he's your Baba, go and bring your Baba out. I'm saying it to you now. This is not about whether my Papa or your Papa, okay? I don't know if your own father is even proud of you anyway, but again, that's not the point. The point is that your father is not the one who wants to be president of 200 million people, Abi. And my father is not the one as well. This one that wants to be, you are speaking for him. Shetima, everybody wants to speak for him. Just same way they told Pastor Ruga to be speaking for Bokwari. It was there. They called him Star Boy. In fact, some of you, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the humble slaves, obedient fools, and none like that. Some of you were saying, immediately Bokwari finished like this, now Pastor Ruga go succeed Bokwari. Today, Pastor Ruga is right there now, changing Bokwari's diapers. They don't even allow him to take pictures anymore. You understand? All of you have forgotten him. You are now shifting on a Boko Haram sympathizer, Kabiru Shokoto's sponsor, to defend Tifnumbu. You had saying it is not because of health. It is not because of health. It's not because of this. It's your father so intelligent like Tifnumbu. Fine. Even if my papa no intelligent like Tifnumbu, okay? Today, I want you to bring Tifnumbu out to come and say it himself and ask me. So me and him feel talk. Do you get that now? But to you, humbled slaves, that is too much. The same way it was too much to ask Bokwari to come and talk. Anyway, the question that comes to my own mind is this. I don't know how you are going to see it, too. And you may see it in another way, right? So, Tifnumbu, we no get, you know, they said Tifnumbu is not in government again. And Tifnumbu did not steal Lagos State money, blah, 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 blah. And we told you, I mean, you all know anyway, it's not that I should have even tell you anymore anyway. Once you remember Alpha Beta, you know the rest of the story. I mean, when you know Alpha Beta and 30% of Lagos State tax, I mean, even you, Sule, Egbon Sulele, as useless as Tifnumbu has made you in your own conclave right there in Lagos, trust me, if not you, when they don't make your life useless, that is watching me right now from Lagos, if not you, that they pay 30% of Lagos State tax to every month, you will be richer than Tifnumbu in 6 months. You know why? Because that means you've cut off the main funding. Abi, what is 30% of almost 1 trillion naira? 30% is like 300 billion naira. You see, you don't even have to be educated. You don't even have to do anything smart. You don't even have to invent anything. You don't even have to create or do any business. Just collect that 30%. How much is that? You are making over 300 billion naira every year. Or more. You go get money now. They say, do you know where Tifnumbu billionaire business day? They say, more, not true. Tifnumbu no get any business they can say, this is Tifnumbu's business. So where you can't they get money from? You invest a year tita, a year otita. You may not see it that way, but I understand. I mean, it's the same, isn't it? What if a year? What if a year? What if it's a ludo? So anybody can be that rich, fine. So are you telling me that Kolu spent billions to become a ghost? Photo only for Shetima, and many of you paid vuvuzelas. Many of you, your parents probably are not really proud of you, okay, if they know what you are doing, seriously, unfortunately, but you are not even proud of your parents too, because Bibire, they say Bibire Oshefowora. There is no amount of money that can buy goodwill. Trust me, there is no amount of money. So, since money is more important to so many of you, Abi, Bibire Oshefowora Otidaju Ki Abini Kotoka Tun Ra Eni Bi Eyen Wo Mayegun Omo Ijebu Badero Omo Oke Agbo Moku Bibire. You can use money to buy goodwill. If you meet a typical original Yoruba son or daughter, they will tell you, Bibire Oshefowora. Maybe your parents are not proud of you and you are not even proud of them too. I am proud of myself. I am proud of my parents, their heritage and what they stood for. It may not be much, but it was significant enough to bring to this world a child that would never agree with you that somebody will no get job, will no get work, who became billionaire because he's in charge of the capital, the former capital city of Nigeria, the commercial hub center of Nigeria, and he was able to carve a niche for himself that pay him more than 50% of the resources of the land. Do you understand that? So I will never come down to and say, oh, Baba. No. My parents didn't raise such child. So they may not do much significant thing, but they raise a child, and that child is Mayegun. Bibi re o shefo wora o ti daju. Bibi re o shefo wora o ti daju. Ki abini kotoka tun ra eni bi. Ki abini kotoka tun ra eni bi. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wò Mayegun ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú, ọmọ Òkè Àgbò. Eku bibire. Moku bibire. Because no amount of money you will see in the hand of a thief, my brothers and sisters, even if you are starving, sometimes, Kuroti bibire, you may not die for not taking anything from them or bowing to lick their asses. So Tinubu spent billions to become photo like Bokwari. Isn't that too early? Is it not too early? Bokwari at least waited for some time. It showed up in few places before it disappeared. Where is that, Asari? Before I go and play Shetima for you. Photo.
Nigeria president now photo. Everybody go snap photo with that. Say our president snap photo with the Bishop of Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, snap photo with the Rogers. Hey, snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for each other and we they care for them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose na prayer and say. Moko Buhari boy ilusra Buhari prete. Ororusa de no rula shitombo arebofu.
Shitombo arombofu. Let's go to Lagos. Shetima said Tinubu will handle economy. Me Igbori. When you see a president of Nigeria, they always address him or her as Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. No. That's not how they do it. They say Grand Commander of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR. Tinubu spent this man gave 100 million naira to random people through random groups. They were buying 100 million naira APC form, 100 million naira, 100 million. Everybody just they buy form. Some people they sleep, then buy form for them. President of African Development Bank, Adeshina, the guy day in day. Tinubu said in his own group to go and buy APC 100 million naira form for him. Some day prison, then buy 100 million naira form for them. They were buying 100. Wait, what's going on? Only for them to come later and say, I am stepping down for Ashiwaju, I'm stepping down for Tinubu, I'm stepping down for Ashiwaju. So Baba can't collect all those step down. Pay everybody, do all of that, only to become photo. It shouldn't be my headache. I know. I wish it wouldn't be my headache last when it become that ghosts. It will be receiving drip in London because Shetima already said it. He said he will be in charge of security. And Major General Shongolere Tinubu Atonda, He's going to be in charge of economy, karakata. Shebi, his own son, his own daughter is Iyaloja Abi. All they have to do is to upgrade her to Iyaloja General of Nigeria. That's it. And then maybe, since it's about economy, so Shetima can then turn Aguda House, where Pastor Ruga is currently serving his own jail term, because they say the entire in hand. What do you want him to do? He's the best vice president we ever had. Best vice president you ever have. You see, your best vice president you ever have, Abi, you are now in the country that is housing the worst kind of terrorist in the whole world, the terrorist capital of the world. You are now in the country where you are the best vice president ever in the world, where you have, over 130 million people of you, many of you jobless today. Today, the number of you that are jobless, you can form like 15 countries in Africa. You don't know. Different countries, so they go put you inside there. You go fill everywhere up, like about 15 countries. Thanks to Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agbowori Baba Oja, the best vice president I have. Whatever you achieved, being Kokonsin, the poverty level that you are all enjoying, the insecurity and the rest of that you are enjoying today, all thanks to him, Abi. Don't worry, they won't switch position now. They go switch them to House Old Rock, where old people with walking stick, they can sit down there and discuss the future of you, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves. God help you. Pastor Adeboye, I think I need a prayer break here before I go to Shetima. Please. Another one, Pastor. The other one where, Oshoni,
Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen. So Tinubu spent billions only to become a ghost. Waiting be your business, Mayegun. Don't worry. You know my business. It is because, many of you have no shame. The same way you brought in Bokuwari to what you are, many of you are currently even like talking from outside Nigeria today. You've run away. Abi, Olori Bue, 2015, you are shouting change in Nigeria. Today, you have run away. You have no plan of going back, Abi. You don't. So it's fear for you, Nabi. Don't worry. The person will take how much by billions. He had this to say about Tinubu in Lagos yesterday.
Now Lagos is earning 21 billion naira every month. That's internally generated revenue. Lagos is the third largest economy in Africa, and the world is in transition. What is important for a Nigerian leader of the next dispensation was being a leader who has the mastery of violation management capabilities, from someone who understands the Nigerian psychology, someone who appreciates and understands the complexity of the Nigerian nation. Here, you have a city board who has transformed Lagos into a home for all. My brother sitting here, he calls Lagos off, not outcast. I'm sure.
I think in fairness, I should let you hear from others too. Okay? Because everyone was there except for Kolu, which they probably tucked away somewhere. And they are blowing him like, Shewa, okay. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, television. Yeah. It's Shetima, Nisa. Shetima, Alonja Shetima. Shetima, your vice. Oh. Ara Borno, yeah, that man from Borno, yeah, that one from Borno. He's talking about you. He's talking about great things you have done. Do I know him? No, it's Shetima. Shetima. Who is Shetima? Jesus Christ. Your vice, Vice from Borno. Oh. What's he doing? He's talking about you. Let's listen what he actually said.
When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the governor of Lagos State in 1999, there was only one ambulance in the service of the Lagos State government. Lagos was earning the princely sum of 700 million every month as our internally generated revenue. Now Lagos is earning 51 billion naira every month as its internally generated revenue. Lagos is the third largest economy in Africa, and the world is in transition. What is important for a Nigerian leader of the next dispensation must be a leader who has a mastery of financial management capabilities and someone who understands the Nigerian psychology, someone who appreciates and understands the complexity of the Nigerian nation. Here, you have a city boy who has transformed Lagos into a home for all. My brother seated here, he calls Lagos home, not Auka. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has established an excellent track record of performance. He has mentored men and women who are excelling in different fields of human endeavor. And the world is changing. And the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa, and Nigeria will make or mar that transition. And as Chinua Achebe said, the problem of Nigeria is purely and essentially that of leadership. Once we get the leadership question right, everything will fall into place. In this age when others are talking of artificial intelligence, when others are talking of nanotechnology or biotechnology, we need a leader who has the skill set, who has the understanding of the global economy to shepherd us in this age. And if you get one, you are getting one for free. He's the city boy. I am the golden boy of Zenith. In Jim Obia's world, the sole barometer for assessing people is your level of competence and your input. In the history of Zenith Bank, no one, I dare say, apart from the legendary Adaro Umeji, no one grew faster in the history of Zenith than my humble self. I have mentored men who are excelling in different fields of human endeavor. As I said earlier, the world is watching at us. And the ultimate measure of a man, as Martin Luther King said, is not why he stands at times of comfort and convenience, but why he stands at times of challenges and difficulties. I urge my learned colleagues here, my learned friends here, to be rational, to be calm. You should have the boldness and the courage to make informed decisions, not emotional decisions.
What terrorists, terrorist sympathizer gidini. And as he was talking, I don't know how you felt watching him right there. I feel like everything he's saying is a threat to me. Like it's like somebody threatening you. Like, he's saying things, right? Then you begin to feel like, no, this guy doesn't mean what he's saying. This one, realize it's not a devil. Maybe say, if chance day. I'm talking about chance. Even Tinubu, they go give him bucket to kick. Sharp with this one. So as I'm looking at him, he looks like a threat. I don't know you, but for those of you who probably don't know him very well, it may be a little bit kind of a different feelings, or let me say mix. Should I say, put it this way, right? Looking at that guy, yeah, looking at him right there. If you know him very well, if you do, everything he was spewing out here, you will see them as threats because they are all opposites of what is actually behind. Do you want me to share with you the real Shetima? When the moment they felt like they have power. Now, you know that somehow, they have woken everybody up everywhere. Okay? And waking everybody up as somehow puts a little bit of a stamp on what could happen if things goes either side. Something is going to shift. So which means what they intend to do with power, they are not done. And if you know this guy, when you see his face, Baba, and you see people running, if you don't get that thing where you go take defend yourself, Baba run. No. Again, listen to the Shetima, the vintage Shetima, that guy that is about to be your president, because Kolu is not going to be your president. Kolu is just holding a place for him. That one, they go only manage Kolu they only manage that they should be changing Kolu's diapers inside the household rock for the first 3 months. Listen to me, eh? Kolu will run away from Abuja for his life the first 6 months when these ones get that power. And I'll tell you how. Listen to this. Now, Shetima, when the first time that Bokwari got power, when APC first took power, and that time, they were imagining what they would do with that power. And Shetima was at the center of it. It is a reminder. Some of you all kind of love to pretend that, I don't remember that. I just forgot that. That's why they will tell you, let's just forget the past. Forget the past. Let us move on. When APC, first took power, what they said they would do was not what they did. But behind the scene, Shetima told Amosu what they would do with that power. In fact, they nearly did all of that. Give Shetima presidency. And bury Nigeria.
Alaji, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Kule. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I accept your congratulations, even though I'm PDP. Because you remember one time when the fighting in Borno, when our people were being killed left and right. Then
what is it, Alaji?
I said, do you remember one time when our people were being killed in Borno State, left and right, Bauchi, Gombe, everywhere in the north?
Of course.
I remember you were saying that was there any Southerner among us? We were the one killing ourselves. I always remember this statement, Mr. Kule. But look at this today now. Today our brother is in charge, and I'm sure he made it clear to the world. The first thing he said was that he was moving the command of Nigerian army to Maiduguri until when Boko Haram is over. So if not your brother as a president, who will do it for you? But we could have done it to anybody in Nigeria. But you can see that some people refuse to do it for us. So really, today I understand why we have to have the presidency, honestly.
No,
it's like that, Kule. Kule is like that. Because how can anybody convince us that some miscreants cannot be dealt with by Nigerian army? Why can't we believe it was deliberately left? Even if there is no involvement of government hand in it, why can't we believe that it was deliberate? Let them kill themselves. Well, it has come out even very clear, because it was at a point in our campaign, they were saying that by the killings of Boko Haram, there will be no population again. In fact, let me tell you why the North insisted that Jonathan has to go, because we had the plan that if Jonathan continues, the same problem will happen in Kano, the same problem will happen in Sokoto, the same problem will happen in Jos and Ebro until when our population is depleted. No. We have had a wonderful experience, honestly.
In order to avoid the problem, that's why I said the people.
So whether he accepted or not, the North it was clear voting now. What could he have done?
Remember what Babangida did for us?
Babangida, you see, what happened was, even when Babangida did it, you understand? Do you get me? The bulk of the population that voted was from the North. And Rini said it. Since Babangida was in Abuja,
Governor Rimi of Kano State, then, former governor of Kano State, he said, if they swine Abiola in Lagos, Abiola Babangida will have said it is Yoruba that did it. So Abiola should fly to Kano, they will swear him as president, and they will stand their ground. Before we know, they rallied around Abiola, they said, don't go to North, if you go, they will kill you. Maybe so happened. Do you understand? No. So I'm coming now. So Babangida got the... And then, Abacha has incarcerated him for many years. I'm coming now. I'm coming. Before we are talking about the cancellation now, the cancellation of the elections. And two, didn't you not see that even from the West, there were people who supported there are big men who joined in the cancellation of the elections. But whatever it is, at that time, it was nobody was killing the Yorubas left and right. Babangida was virtually betraying everybody. And today, have you not seen him on TV? Have you not seen how he was looking? Is God not wonderful? Did you not see Babangida? Even though I have promised as from today, so long as he's my brother from the north, even if he's eating everybody in Nigeria fresh, you come out with Nigerian man leg eating, I will not say it's bad again. Because I have learned how to support my people from what I have seen with Igbos and some people in Nigeria with Jonathan.
Man, you must thank God for Yoruba. Yoruba supported by the otherwise we don't have come.
No, I'm coming, please. I'm coming. Let me tell you one part. I'm coming. Listen to me, Kule. A section of Yoruba supported Buhari. Listen to me, please. Let us make this clear. You understand? We are all politicians.
Yes.
The Tinubus, since 1960s, since the Oyibo left the country, Yoruba was told one word. We are first Yorubas. You are first Yoruba before you are a Muslim, you are a Christian or Nigerian. Yes. So or not so?
Yeah, you are right.
Abi? Okay. Yes, you are right. Now, all along, a Yoruba man, whoever he is, whether Muslim or Christian, preferred anybody in this house to rule him than a Hausaman from the north. That's the truth about it. So, fortunately, I'm coming, sir. Let me learn. Fortunately, the center is controlled by non-Muslim, non-Northerners. Are you getting me? And Jonathan, fortunately for the North, Jonathan decided to use religion and slice the Yorubas to the extent, for the first time, Yorubas were divided religiously. To the extent Muslims, Yorubas stood their ground and said they were not supporting Jonathan. They even refused to attend the meetings of the Jonathan. The papers are there, their statements are there in the papers. So or not so, sir?
No, I like this.
Read it is there. That's the truth. It's there. Even when he went, there were some few Muslim leaders who met Jonathan. The Supreme Council of Islam of Western Nigeria or Yorubaland came out clearly and said no, they disagreed. Do you get me? We know the population of Yoruba, close to 80%, or let's say close to 60% are Muslim. This man constituted a national conference. This is the Yorubas that were saying it. We read it and we had them saying it. Yes. So that succeeded in dividing the Yoruba themselves. Now, two, the humiliation, whatever they did to us, our own was that let them kill us and reduce our population. But at least they still know that we are significant politically and they allowed us to maintain some position. But in the case of Yorubas, they were sliced out of the whole system. So or not so. That was how Tinubu and
the issue of Boko Haram, if we have to talk about Boko Haram, it's not from the south now.
I am coming now. Let me forget about Boko Haram now. We brought about the Yoruba politics. Now, Tinubu and the Yorubas generally carried what happened to them and went to Kaduna and met them in Kaduna and begged them that we have to put our head together. Look, sir, let me tell you the truth and find out. At a point, the Yoruba, being humiliated under Jonathan, were even considering to cut off and put their Oduduwa Republic. But they realized if they do that, the Igbos were completely in charge of finance, civil service, security, and everything. If they dare do that,
now East and the North, they enjoy
exactly. I'm coming now. The Yorubas now.
You didn't benefit at all.
I'm coming. Yes, the Yoruba at a point, the Yoruba intelligence at a point realized that if they cut off, the Igbos will finish them. If they stay as it is and Igbo continue ruling, they will be completely finished. Before Jonathan, significant part of the economy, who are the accountants are Yorubas, who are the judiciary and lawyers are Yorubas, who are the civil service are Yorubas. Today you can't find any one of them. So or not so? So that's why the Yorubas say, Even if we want to leave this country, we must get this power out of the hand of the Igbos and reposition ourselves.
The Northerners really benefited from that, Jonathan. Too much, Alaji.
Hey,
we have the calculations of the government.
We agree. What can he do? He must now. He must. He wouldn't do to us that. He must. He knows that we can do it. He must deal with us. So that was why the Yoruba said no. Whatever it is. So, but what I assure you,
let's keep on praying for President
Buhari. Oga, we have learned our lesson.
We have been in our area here now. They be praying for him.
We have learned our lesson. Kule.
We pray for the prophet because and even our daughters.
No, to tell you the truth, the northern people, notwithstanding the presidency, honestly, the trust at least of the southeast is finished. And I assure you too, in Yorubaland, listen to me. I am coming. I am coming.
Really helped Northerners in 1979.
I am coming, please.
They helped Shagari.
Listen to me. Not that they help themselves, gentlemen, please. We don't need anybody in this country. They help themselves. Let me ask you a question, sir. Let me ask you a question. Between cars, industries, and human beings, who are more in number?
I did not announce now.
Not number. I'm not talking about.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
And now that's the Shetima. And sometimes you ask yourself that, why is he always angry? Some said maybe he's anxious or something, I don't know, whatever it is. His record was so bad, that as the former governor of Borno, with what he used Boko Haram to deal with them, the Christians in Borno, he couldn't find, former governor of a state, he couldn't find anywhere they could see real Christians, real, the real church leaders, as they were looking for church leaders to join them on the day they were supposed to unveil him as Tinubu's Muslim ticket vice president. A desperate, narcissistic, I'm looking for all those things where you can associate with dangerous, deadly people. Yeah? Anyway, help me with that. Somebody should be so worried and scared of. They will tell you don't. But I'm telling you do. If you can run as fast as you can. Because now trap, trust me. That is him. He had to go and hire fake bishop. And then Bishop Tress or something. They had to go and borrow costume. They hired wheelbarrow pushers, Okada riders, and some other hustlers from Yanya Market, from Araba Wuse Market, and they brought them to an important occasion where this fraud was to be unveiled as the deputy to Tinubu. And guess something, right? Even if you speak to some a little bit kind of enlightened northerner, not the one that continue to feed from the lies that APC represent, okay? Even if they are members of APC, they will tell you that they know those pulling the string of Shetima that made him Tinubu's deputy, and the agenda behind that as well. But they can't say much publicly, but they will tell you, now Shetima go finish Tinubu. They know that. But no be Tinubu choose them, then go see. Atiku was there too. He was also talking about solution to Nigeria's problem. I don't know if you would like to listen to that. Some part of what he said are not lies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished members of the Nigerian Bar Association, ladies and gentlemen, Let me express my profound gratitude for the invitation granted me to be here with you this afternoon in your annual conference. I have been requested to speak on all transitions in the 21st century as far as our country is concerned. I want to state that since the return of democracy in 1998-99, Nigeria has never found itself in such a very, very critical joint in our history. Today we have had all the negative indices as far as our country. Today we are more disunited as a nation. We have never experienced this level of poverty. We have never experienced this state of insecurity. We have never experienced this level of unemployment. We have recognized all these negative developments in our history. What is important is how do we tackle these challenges. And this is where history and also experience beckon on us to make sure that we don't get it wrong at this point in time. Otherwise, if we get it wrong at this point in time, I don't know when we will never get it right. I have been involved in the struggle to return democracy to this country from the military days. In fact, I can say I am even lucky to be alive. So many of my contemporaries have been murdered and killed in this struggle. But somehow, by the grace of God, by miracle, I have survived up to this point in time. And that's why in my brief introduction, I stated that there are 5 key areas that any leadership, forget about party, any leadership, whichever political party, must confront these 5 issues. And I enumerated them. I said the unity of our country is very, very fundamental. And how do we achieve the unity of our country?
We need a unifier.
It's by making sure that we give every part of this country a sense of belonging. And somebody asked me, how do you give every part of this country a sense of belonging? I referred them to the situation we found Nigeria in 1998-99 when we came into office. As a PDP party, we won overwhelmingly. We could go on and form our party, our government, just based on our majority. But we decided to shelve the majority and said, look, every political party must be part of our administration. And we formed a government of national unity. No sooner we formed the government of national unity, there was calm in the country. After the calm, what next? How do we move? Then the issue of the economy came in, the issue of security came in, Because we had a consensus, we had no problem dealing with subsequent challenges. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have had an experience, and it is that experience that I said must be brought back. Yes.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
But there is another one, the Peter Obi one. He was there too. And they said they used the NBA to set a trap for Tinubu, and he dodged a bullet because the entire show, right? Or should we say Peter Obi actually captured the entire show, so to say. That didn't go down well. But what did he say there, apart from other videos you've seen? Maybe you can listen to this. And then, like others.
I recognize the former Vice President of Nigeria and my leader, Atiku Abubakar. All other protocols duly. Mine is a very simple one. Let me start by thanking the organization for inviting me. As you know, I'm one of those strongest beneficiaries of the judiciary. For my strong legal team, for the work of my small level team led by Dr. Onyechi Bazu, SAN, and led OJ Nadi, SAN, I wouldn't be standing here. You know that from my election petition to my impeachment to my tenure interpretation. And again, whenever people talk about corruption in the legal or in the judiciary, and one who takes exception, in all this journey, I did not give anybody 1 naira. So for me, I remain eternally grateful to you for what you did for me to be here and everything. Our topic today is democratic transition in the 21st century Nigeria, 2023 and beyond. I think it's for great people like you or people like Chimamanda I invited, but for me as a trader, I'll try to contribute in my own little way, the way I think we should go. For me, democracy have a simple description. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. That means everything about democracy is the people. And transition means changing from one thing to the other. And for me, Nigeria needs urgent transition from being a highly insecure country to a secure country, from a disunited country to a united country, from corruption to a transparent country, from a country of lawlessness to a country of law and order. But in all this, it is important that we look at where we are today for people to understand the gravity of the journey we are going to take if we are going to transit. Where are we today? Nigeria have qualified to be a failed state. We have met the 2 or 3 biggest characteristics of a failed state. Number one is when you're no longer in charge of your territory. Today, we are among the top terrorized countries of the world. We are among the top kidnapping countries of the world. Banditry, criminality, bandits have taken over some parts of this country. Nigerians are being killed daily. All sorts of criminality is going on daily. Even our most important source of foreign exchange revenue, oil, is today 80% stolen. That shows how bad it is. We are the only country, apart from Venezuela, who we know is their own is because of sanctions, that is not meeting up its OPEC quota. Every other country is begging for increase, but Nigeria is not meeting up its own. And you wouldn't believe the quantity that is missing. In July alone, our total average, our quota is 1.8 million. In July, our total average was 1,083,000 barrels a day. That means that in July, we lost 707,000 barrels per day. If you multiply that by 31 days, it will give you 22,227,000 barrels of oil that we lost. This is a country that needs dollar. If you sell it, if you sell that oil, if you sell the quantity we lost, this is July alone. If you sell it at the average price of $110, it will give you $2,450,000,000, which at our rate of exchange of 550, you lost. If you use 550, because I used an average of 550, you've lost 1,344,700,000,000 naira. That is your country. That's what you lost in 1 month because of stealing. It is important that we know this. Number two item to show that we are fair state is that you are no longer in control of your economy. Your economy today, we have an economy where we have over 100 million people living in poverty. Your unemployment is one of the worst in the world because you have a combined unemployment of 50%, unemployment and unemployment. Out of 200 million Nigerians, 60% is supposed to be working. So you're supposed to have 120 million Nigerians working, but today Nigerians that are working are under 50 million. So 70-something million of Nigerians are not working, they are not productive. When you compare this to your productivity, you will see how low it is. But what is even worse, we're in a physical mess, total physical mess. Because of all this, between January this year and April, the total revenue of federal government of Nigeria is 1,630,000,000,000 naira. Their expenditure is 4,720,000,000,000. If you might know.
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billah.
And that is why, you see, Obi talks about the problems, and to obedient, they just believe that, let me put it this way. The articulators, or the articulated moguls, the bat idiots, or the Lagos Abobakus, so they kind of believe that Obi talks more about the problems. He just talks about the problems. But the obedient or the obedient, they will tell you it is a common sense. Somebody said, we are losing this amount of crude oil, yeah? So, and this is the amount of money we are losing. So what is the solution? Stop the stealing. If you stop the stealing, the money comes to you. when Obi talks about the terrorist kidnapping, this or that, blah, 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 to the PDP, APC, yeah? To them, we all know about that. What is the solution? To the obedient, or Benny, the solution is don't pardon terrorists anymore. Allow the military to go after them, and Obi will do just that. You know what I mean now? So it's like that's why I call them. I call the obedient the karma for PDP APC, who thought everyone rising up legitimately demanding that this faulty arrangement should be reviewed or broken up completely if you really want to save lives. And the APC, PDP, and their own people, they bombarded everyone and then, supported the state-sponsored, human rights abuses, including killings of those they suspected as opposition to their different criminal leaders. So when you now see the obedient, they don't want explanation. Benny, don't tell us story. We understand what Obi is saying. Shut up your mouth, PDP. Shut up your mouth, APC. Shut up. And I love to see all of that all the time. Read the comment. That's why I call you the obedient. I call you the Akama. Because I know it all started from when APC, Egbekegbe, rolled out guns and tanks to slaughter those who legitimately demanded for justice in Nigeria, including the EndSARS protesters, the young people who went to EndSARS then. So what happened? When they killed them, they are vuvuzelas, they are defenders, and the rest of them who are the humbled slaves urging these criminals on in different of these parties, right? They condemned them in death. They denied them in death. The other one they have now started using when they have nothing to sell to you, how they can sell, how you can sell Tifnumbu. You know why Tifnumbu is difficult to sell? And do you know why they have decided to gaslight the Igbos among other ethnic nationalities, ethnic Nigerians living in Lagos? Not be only Igbo people in Lagos, so you know that. In fact, there's barely any nationality that doesn't have any relative in Lagos. That Lagos. And we all know the reason why, okay? Yeah. But the Igbos are singled out by Tifnumbu's Lagos Abobaku. They were singled out because in Lagos, they've always felt that the Igbos in Lagos, they hold Tifnumbu, the air they breathe, and this or that they do, and all of that stuff, yeah? And when things goes wrong, when they look for who to blame, the Igbos are mostly the available one to blame, not other people. And most of the time, they always happen during elections. But this one didn't happen during elections. It happened 2 years ago, October 15, 2020, 5 days before they carried out the massacre that they carried out at Lekki toll gate and across Lagos State that day, as well as the 23rd and 24th massacre that PDP, Wike, carried out at Obigbo, where hundreds and hundreds of people were slaughtered, killed, many of them in their homes, women, children, by the Nigerian army. But it all started on the 15th. How? People have been gathering, they have been partying everywhere soft. People don't meet girlfriends at a protest. Some people will even close, some businesses in Lagos. They were trucking food, trucking water, trucking different supplies to different protest locations, Alausa, toll gate, everywhere. Some businesses, companies, they were allowing their staff to close or to leave work early so that they can go and join the protests, EndSARS protests in different locations then. But while these were going on, Yeah. The Lagos Abobakus, APC, Egbekegbe, àwọn ọmọ ẹrú, àwọn ọmọ òfò, ọmọ ìrankíran ayé yìí o. They were raging. I told you that what they usually have in their stock is fear, violence, threats. If you take and then a tribal slaw, bigotry, and fanaticism that is now that is garnished with a little religion, garnished with a little religious, intolerance. They were fuming. They were angry. All these things, all these protests, majority of these people who are like there, talking at this protest, so some of them are not from Lagos, so some of them are Igbo, so forgetting the fact that majority of these Olori Bruku Omo Agberos following Tinubu, majority of them, they are not from Lagos too. You know that. The indigenous owners of Lagos State, which myself is included. You know why? Originally, now the Ilajes, Aworis, own Lagos because of that water. When they started forcing Nigeria on all of us, and then they demarcated what they call states. Today, and that's what they call Lagos State today. We Ijebus, in all honesty, you can go and verify as they do all the time. The Ijebus today controls majority of the outskirts of where you call Lagos today. Yes, we do. And you will never see most of the Ijebus, the owners who are also the owners of the land there today, where they call Lagos State, tell other people that were born in Lagos to go back to where they come from. But you will be seeing some of these our brothers in Lagos when I was still in Nigeria, and I believe it's still the same thing. We know ourselves who are indeed Lagosians. Yeah, we know ourselves. And then when we see many of these Agberos who come to Lagos, who had no place to stay, sleeping under bridge, motor parks, and then most of them who ended up as the Agberos that are into Owoda. So most of the time when we see them, we say, Wawalati Luoke, Owangbo Leleko. Those are okay because of Tinubu from Iragbiji. Who entered and through their whatever, entered the psyche of the owners of Lagos themselves, only for them to drag and begin to say those who actually have more say in Lagos should go back to where they come from, with all of their own ilatu from everywhere. Shut up your mouth. Yorubaland is the same. Oh, I thought Nigeria should be the same as well. If you agree that Yorubaland, every Yoruba is the same, and every Yorubaland is Yorubaland, in this case, we can tell those that can come in and those who cannot come out because Yorubaland is not Nigeria. Is that not you agreeing now? There are those who are asking for Yoruba nation. They are right. Meanwhile, you see those who are asking for Yoruba nation. They are true sons and daughters of the soil. They have no hatred in them. They are not asking anybody to leave. You know why? Because all over the world, Yoruba sons and daughters, they are welcome peacefully. They are living peacefully. They are living legitimately, contributing to the development of different parts of the world. And they are being rewarded handsomely for that. In Lagos, the people who are actually working, apart from all these Tinubu Agbero, jobless people, all these political washings, cretins in Lagos, the people that are really working and doing businesses in Lagos, they are paying their taxes there, paying everything into that government cover. But if Tinubu jobless rogues, many of them who have social media handles today, never worked in their lives, they will jump at the Igbos. But the reason is this. When the NSAS protest got to head, and the rumor came out, it said that these Olori Burukus have been storing COVID palliative for themselves. Haba. Be leya were leya lesinwe Tony. This Olori Buruku APC, they've already shared the COVID palliative among themselves. Some of their honorable members, some of them are already rebagging the rice putting their own names and souvenir on them. Rebagging expired spaghetti, moldy rice. They were repackaging them. They kept them deliberately during Corona. So people who were hungry, they were going to NSAS to go and get fed. And just as you know, they brought in their terrorists to attack the protesters. Like I said, when those things were going on, day 1, day 2, week 1, week 2, all these same jobless Lagos Abobakus, yeah, they were calling for the death on those young people, asking for a better Nigeria, which all these Olori Brukus will also live in. The Nigeria that APC, Egbekegbe, destroyed. So they were there. They were calling that if the government will not do anything, they were going to go on the streets and attack all these people because they suspected that they were being sponsored by Biafra. Are you guys mad? What's it concern Biafra with NSAS? Some of you may have forgotten. I get video. I go share them with you. Food, palliative. Hey, palliative here. They found palliative there. Baba commotion everywhere. But guess what? Those who have established relationship at different protest ground, they didn't even bother going anywhere. Protest ground, food day, drink day, music day. In some cases, some people meet love of my life there. Different protests. It was that peaceful that people were meeting the love of their life at protest ground. But that wasn't satisfactory for these Lagos Abobakus, these criminals. They unleashed terror on them. Let me show you one. At some point, how many of you remember this boy? Pelumi Onifade. He happened to be one of the young journalists covering the NSAS protest at the time. Now, he covered in one of his coverage, he saw where APC politician who was enraged that their leaders are not doing anything about the protest. And the protesters are asking Buhari to go. Buhari must go. Buhari must go. Sure you get. So this guy, this young man, very young boy, was recording the protest and all that. In one of his recordings, in one of the videos, he captured this man. Let me show you his face. Bolarinwa, his name. He captured his face where he came down from that car. You see that car there? This man came out from that car, brought out an AK-47 gun, all right, and he shot into the crowd. He is not a policeman, no. He's a politician in Lagos, so one of the Tinubu's murderous assassins. Political Ocean. One moment. Political Oceans that will threaten you on social media, by the way, and they will tell you, it's like you don't value your life, Abi. You know, you sabi talk, Abi. You think say you sabi talk. If they burn you well, come back to Nigeria. If they burn you well, just come here for just 2 minutes. Let's just see you face to face. If you go back alive, you will thank your star. Now, this man was recorded with AK-47 gun. He came down from his car. He shot into the crowd. And he drove off. That young boy, Pelumi, captured that moment. You know what happened to Pelumi? He disappeared. For 3 days, they initially thought Pelumi was with a press tag on him. He had this tag on, press. So that even if police arrest you, once they see the tag and your ID, they should let you go. Abi, or call your media platform to confirm. Pelumi disappeared. Guess what happened to Pelumi? They kidnapped Pelumi when they found out from the platform that Pelumi recorded the video, that published the video, right? Boa TV or something. They took this young boy. He was just 17 years old, a teenager. They took him to Ikorodu, tortured him, killed him, and they dumped him in the morgue in Ikorodu with all physical injury, beating, bruises, and swelling. That young man died because they were trying to protect Tinubu's armed thugs in Lagos. That's not all. Some of you will remember this guy, maybe you don't. This picture was taken at Alausa. This picture was taken at Alausa. And this guy is a very well-known face in Lagos, Agege. I can't remember his name right now, but those who are watching me right now, they will know his name, okay? On the 15th of October 2020, this guy led these people and they were driven down on your, is it called BRT or what is it called? Let me see if I can still find that.
See knife.
Okay, so we've been here. So look at him. That's the guy that led them. Okay, they came in a fully loaded BRT bus. Okay, in order to show a quick cover up, Sowore then brought the driver of that BRT bus to come and say, oh, they hijacked the bus. They hijacked the bus from him. Okay, and they forced him to drive them to Alausa to go and attack protesters. Were those ones IPOB, by the way? Were those Igbos there? Did you see them? Those were the people who triggered the attack, the burning of properties in Lagos. They were Yorubas. They were Tinubu's boys. You see those ones with phones, their own job is to make sure that for those who probably would never see this kind of videos, is to tell them that Igbos burned down Lagos State. Now, here is another one. I'll show you. This is what happened, though, 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. And all these were done by APC. Egbe. Are you following me? Now, here is another one. Then I will let you see the eyewitness account too.
Stop it now, stop it.
So did you see him? Did you see this guy in that video? This guy has never been arrested till now. Okay? He is known. They know him very well. Lagos Abobaku knows him. That is why on social media, yeah, when you see those ones, those social media cretins that always haul out all those threats. If they burn you well, come to Lagos. We will show you. Those ones are to what? They are to wet the ground for this guy.
Stop it now, stop it.
So, I don't know. Have I managed to juggle your memory back again to that October 2020 state-sponsored killings? Did I? It was when the Almota failed. It was after that they said, man, it's like these people are going to bring down this government. Let us bring in the military now. And it started in Lagos. And it spread all over Nigeria. To the point that 36 states in Nigeria and Abuja, they were compelled to set up a panel of inquiry of what really happened in their different states. It was a national massacre. Nigerian police, trust, they were supposed to provide security, Abi. Look at what they were doing during that same SARS, which they will probably make you want to. They said Igbos wanted to burn down Lagos. The easy thing to tell you when they want to sell Tifnumbu to you, nobody can really sell anything about Tifnumbu. Nobody who is normal can do that. Because even Tifnumbu himself cannot sell himself. And again, we owe it to this world. We owe it to our children. Tell them the truth. It is so important. In Nigeria, where police should be keeping people safe, Abi, during the SARS protest, they were actually mobilizing thugs to help them kill Nigerians.
This motto. You can put this motto. This country don't cast. Hey! This country don't cast. Police they follow Asa talk. Police motto. You can put this motto. This country don't cast. Hey! This country don't cast. Police they follow Asa talk.
Police, they show where Hausa go burn this place. Oh yeah, go that place too. You go this place. You. Kabiru, Sokoto, you. Oh yeah, go that place. Go and bomb that place. So we'll come back and want to go and bring the rest. Nigerian police. So if I tell you that Nigeria is a crime scene, I'm speaking from what I know, from facts, position of facts. You may not like the way I say most of what I say or how I do what I do, but trust me, I choose not to be politically correct. Yeah? And I don't intend to make many friends, by the way. But if this can make me just any friend at all, it will be honest people. Yeah. That will say, oh, I'm Mayegun's friend. Because you are living in a world, in a place where those who said they are doing everything because of you are actually doing everything against you. And if you are not paying attention, you could waste all you have in you fighting and pushing for them. Sometimes if you pay attention very well, you might be doing it at your own detriment, against yourself. That's exactly why I said I should share that with you. They brought destruction to Lagos State. They burnt people's businesses. They even burnt their own track of buses so that it will be easier to play the tribal card whenever it is convenient. So shame on you if you are a Tifnumbu supporter and you have been jumping up and down because you have nothing, absolute nothing, to tell people about Tinubu. Now, listen to me. For 7 years, the opportunity APC had was to build a very, very good legacy that you don't even need to swear or fight anybody or think everybody hates you because of Tinubu. It would have been the easy job, easy sell, but you know they have failed. Now, shameless you will play a tribal card for Tinubu, who don't give a god. It doesn't give a damn about any one of you. Seriously. But the truth of the matter is this. These criminals, they brought the destruction. They burnt Lagos State, and they told you, Olori Brukus, charging and pushing them. They told you to blame other people for it. And guess what? You are not free from the consequences of their actions. So to say, there are actually eyewitnesses too. People who actually survived Tinubu's onslaught, the attack. Yeah? Watch this.
7 a.m. this morning, and then when we came, we saw so many buses of those guys that came here yesterday. There were so many here, 15 buses, and they intimidated us with machetes, brand new machetes. They overpowered us actually because we are fewer in numbers, and we have to run away. Very unfortunately, the police force they left us to our own mercy, and then very, very unfortunate also. The moment they chased us, everybody away from this place. The moment we dispersed, we left. Now, one thing is sure, one thing is guaranteed. I know they want us to react. I know the government wants us to fight back so they can change the story that this protest has been hijacked politically. No, we are not reacting. Let them come. One thing, the reason they overpowered us in the morning is just because we were fewer in number. I am so sure in the afternoon, they will not have that effort to come back because we will have a larger crowd in the house. One thing is sure, one thing is guaranteed. We are not giving in. We are not getting tired. We will never be intimidated. That thing that is making them not to reform this police force, we want to know. This nation is done already. It is either we stay here and die and restructure it, or we continue in this pain and poverty and impoverishedness that has ravaged this country for over 60 years. So we are moving, no matter what they come. Let them come with machetes. We will stay with them heart by heart. We will not take machetes. We don't want them to change the story. We don't want the government to say it is politically motivated. We are not coming with any machete. Let them come in the afternoon when we have a fuller house, and I know everybody will stand up for one another in this place. This is Lagos. We cannot take it. We've been taking it for 60 years. We have tried as a country. Yeah. We need as a matter of urgency for the government to stand up and act as a government. We elected them, not them electing us. We gave them the power they are using, not them giving us. So we are saying no to bad government, no bad governance. Nothing can discourage us. We are not brutal. We are not confronting them arms for arms. We will show them love because they are Nigerians also. But they came here in the morning, they dispersed the crowd. They took this armor from them. Look at the armor. They came here with the Lagos State boss, brought this heavy armor to chase people away. Because we were fewer in numbers in the morning. But we were few in the morning, we will not be few in the afternoon. We are ready for them. We are ready. Let them ready. We will never use this sledgehammer against them. But because we are not brutal, we won't chase them away. They are also Nigerian. We will not bust out. But if they come with this also, we will also react. But the way we are reacting, we will take them to the hospital. Thank you.
Well, that's 2 years ago. A lot of things have happened though. So if you see this Obi movement and you are pretending that you didn't witness 2 years ago and SARS, well, you shouldn't, please, you shouldn't. And that's why I said, you see all those bottled anger, bottled frustration, against the system, Abi, is the karma against the system. So today, if you see Tinubu ass leakers, or you see Atiku crump chasers, yeah, they feel like Mayegun, you are supporting you are supporting Obi, you are against this. I'm not supporting any of you. Una be una kama. Me, I am the diary. The diary that will tell your story to those who care to listen. You get that now? So Obi is your karma. And if that is going to be your nemesis, I am here to record it for the posterity's sake. Do you get that now? Because I was here when all of you were murdering your fellow brothers and sisters because of your loyalty to APC, because of your loyalty to PDP. You decided to side with those who would never even think twice before they kill you, right? While they order the bullets on your fellow brothers and sisters. Same thing they did to the Biafrans. Same thing they did to the Oduduwans. You watch them. Now you are here thinking emotional blackmail will actually do the trick for you. Same way they have managed to keep you in the perpetuity of slavery, which is what Nigeria represents. So you see them there. They are your karma. Acknowledge that. How far they will go, I don't know. Because now, so I sit down here at that time when people said they should stop talking about NSAS. Tell them to end bad governance. Tell them that Buhari must go. Now, those messages, they enter the NSAS protests around that time that got your politicians jittery, scared, until they ordered their shooter sites. Sure you get? Now, I don't know if they will be able to order shooter sites now. Because, Abi, I am here to record that. Just like I said, I was thinking of taking a few calls before we go. So maybe we should. If you are not rushing or going anywhere yet, you can grab that your phone. Okay. Meanwhile, from tomorrow, you are likely going to see our new campaign awareness billboards on some major highways in Yorubaland. If you see them, take pictures. I mean, share it. Of course, ki Yoruba da duro, ki shejao. But I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, okay? I've been drinking can and it's kind of a warm now. So I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. So if you're still here, you can use that phone, grab it, and use your, what's it called? WhatsApp call only, by the way. WhatsApp call only. You see the number scrolling on your screen. Don't go anywhere if you still want to call in. Or you still want to be part of the chat for another half an hour. I'll be back. I have a caller, and then we've got just about half an hour. Hopefully, we will have enough people on. Okay, so hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been talking about this thing for so long, but there was this man that is just that man is a general. Right. That man called General Bolaniwa, the one that you said he shot on the crowd. And he's chopping his own breakfast right now.
It's a fake general eventually, which they said that I think I grabbed that. I remember that now. Yeah, I think that's the image. He's not a lawmaker. I got that later.
Yeah, they painted him fake though, but it wasn't a fake general.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a fake general. No, it was a general because if there was a program, they invited him on a program, and he was talking about everything that happened to Abiola. He was there.
Abiola, and he became famous. Yeah, he became popular viral. I remember him.
And he was the one that said they sent him to go and kill. What was this man name called again? Abraham Adesanya.
He said it.
He said a lot of stories, and that story happens to. I heard the story somewhere else, and the story relates to each other. So actually, he was working for Tinubu that time, and Tinubu said when he now said the damage his car. Tinubu said, according to on one program that I heard, Tinubu now said to the man, "Go and kill them. I'll give you another car tomorrow morning."
Right.
So the woman called Tenny Omologo or something like that. So she was talking about it. So because the man now is in prison for 7 years.
I know, for what they said, for fraud or something like that. So that's his own relationship. That's his relationship with Tinubu, because the only thing I knew about that was that I remember that video. I remember him coming down. I remember him shooting into the crowd, going back into his car and driving off. Then Pelumi got missing.
Even the woman was talking about it, that it wasn't the man that killed Pelumi, but Pelumi got missing by she mentioned the name of the king. Related to people that this man were dealing with. They were doing drugs anyway.
Okay.
So they were doing drugs. So at the end of the day, he got caught, and then because of what he has said on that program, and then because of the thing he has said about Tinubu as well. Because if you watch that program very well, he said something about Tinubu that because you guys are not doing well for the country. So he has said so many things, but I think they just planted something on there and he just jumped into it. So now he's in prison for 7 years. You know, but it was a general because he was very close to Obasanjo, and then there were some people that they asked, was he a general?
Yeah, with what he said. You know one thing, right, Baba? There's something about him, because I remember that video. In fact, when he was arrested for fraud, by the way, before the issue of drug and all that, right? When he was arrested for fraud, the first thing that people felt was because of what he said in that video, because of what and the people he mentioned and blah, 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 but because of what he exposed. And you know, one thing is this, right? As a con man, yeah, everything he said in that video, I don't believe them. Even the fact that when they said that he's a general and like you are just telling me right now, yeah, I don't believe that. But again, he's managed to make an impression on people enough that when he was arrested for his fraud, yeah, people were standing up for him. They said it was the power that be that wanted him away. Well, thank you very much for chipping in that piece of information, because it's so important. Because it was after I said that lawmaker, then I was he was like a fake general, and I continue to see him as a fake general.
Because later on, because they were saying something about him. What they were saying about him, like, was they asked him they asked him to plead guilty. The lawyer, I think it was a kind of a setup.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That people believe that somehow, some people wanted him away, especially after making that video. And I'm saying it to you right now that I don't believe that. He's a con man. And let me tell you what I heard about how they attach him to Pelumi and all that stuff, right? Immediately that video of shooting came out, right? They started promoting that he must be arrested. In fact, it was then that we realized that he was already he already did one video anyway, with this particular video you are talking about, right? So Pelumi was still there, like nothing happened days after. Pelumi got missing on the 18th, 3 days after he shot that video or something. You get that? And those who said, yeah, I mean, this is a young man, right? They came, they traced him to their house. They grabbed him. Soldiers came, like arrest, kind of an arrest. They grabbed him and they never saw him again. His parents were so poor, they had nowhere or no one to even report to, that people didn't even know that he was missing. That it took them 2 weeks.
Like what the lady said, I think he was involved as well. He now said he was working for Tinubu, because I think he said it was Tinubu.
So you see that moment, from that moment, Baba, from that moment, I just, everything I watch in that video you are talking about now, everything just became zero. I could see some of the lies, I could see some of the makeups he was making. Many of them, most of them are like stories many of us heard when we were growing up. Some of them I personally have heard in the political circle when I was mixing up with some of these people. And all these stories, anybody could develop them and put themselves at the center of it and say, I was there. It's me. I heard this and all of that stuff. You see, the moment I realized that
he actually worked for Tinubu, then he
probably did.
Tinubu, because the guy that they were working together in Lagos State, and in the what's it called, the port. I think the guy was doing drugs, and the guy was sending money to his account, according to the information. The guy was sending money to
land.
his
I think they said he was selling land. They gave him money, and he couldn't give them land in some cases. So he couldn't give them back the money. He signed some undertakings with police that will pay them the money. Then he disappeared again and did it to some other people, like a serial fraudster, so to say. That's why I don't believe this general story. I don't believe everything he said in his life. Anything he said, I don't believe them. Anything. But I'm more pained because there is a video evidence that he shot into the crowd. There's a video evidence that, the boy who recorded the video gone missing. And there are evidence as well. But powerful people now, Pelumi never get justice.
Yeah.
He never got it.
I know.
Anyway,
but
I'm
happy
you bringing that
piece of information, his own breakfast too. But all right, let me give other people
I don't believe him. He's a pure criminal who could only get away with all those in Nigeria only. Seriously. I mean, the guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Baba, thank you very much.
All right,
nice one. So yeah, that's the story. It's true that Bolarewa, as they were calling him General. He did a video. In that video, like, during the time of this video came out when the advocacy for Yoruba nation rallies and all that were gaining prominence and all that, yeah? So then they released that video, I think it was about 2 months after NSAS. It was like a recorded one before then. It came to light. I think it was people searching. They were searching for his face, as the man who shot into the protesting crowd. So then he was talking about how Abiola died, how he was a person among the security walking to. He just gave all manner of bullshit stories. Many of them if you are old enough in the 90s, okay? Many of us who were reading exclusive report, this and that. You will hear so many names and so many stories of what happened during Babangida and Abacha time, MKO and the rest. This guy modeled everything up together, put himself at the center, called himself a general, and then I did this beautiful interview in a very nice house. But the madman is a fraudster, a killer, a murderer that probably just killed the wrong person this time around that he got caught. So yeah, belonging to Tinubu. Among them all, remember I said they unleashed all manner of criminals on the peaceful protesters. When all of that failed, they used their media to drive different narratives and stories. When that failed, they could only bring in the soldiers who would indeed rain in the bullets. So, anyway, thanks so much for adding that. Here is one shot.
Your Excellency, we came with some observations and 10 specific requests for urgent presidential intervention. These observations and requests are products of discussions in the aftermath of our extraordinary security meeting held 1 week ago.
That is Shetima, crying the cry of his successful terrorist act in Borno, pretty much pretending to be, feeling bad for the destructions they have brought upon that place, but it's not sad. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, Baba. Sorry. Who is? Hello, sorry. Hafiz, that's Daventry. Baba, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, Baba. I am very, very happy to get through today.
It's amazing that you did, Baba. Thank you.
But I have a quick song to sing before I contribute.
Sure.
Ohun tí APC gbé lọ ń wù yìí, a lè gbé nǹkan ó lè gbé ẹ̀fọ́ ní ìsìn kó máa wọ ata lọ́la, bàbá. Nǹkan gbìn, òun ló ń wù yìí. Wọ́n pa àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ káàkiri, àwọn fa àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n jẹ́ oríṣiríṣi káàkiri. You understand me now? I'm going to translate it all now for all our audience. I'm so sorry.
Go for it.
Now, you cannot grow carrots, you understand, and start expecting cassava to grow. Do you understand me now? APC has laid their bed. Now they are laying on it.
They planted,
you understand me now?
Wind. They are now harvesting where wind. What if ìjì ni wọ́n ká báyìí.
Yes, wọ́n ká gbogbo wa ń wò náà. Bàbá, òyìnbó ní ìyàwó mi, ó ń ké nínú 2 years ago nígbà tí mo ń show fọ́tò gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe ní Lekki tó gate, because the whole world was following what was going on.
Watching. Exactly.
Do you understand? Now, ṣé wàá rọ́ mo tó wá show lálẹ́ yìí? Hey, we post this guy's photo everywhere all over the world. Very brilliant, talented young man. You kill him away like that.
Yes.
And you think nothing is going to happen. Yeah? I think one thing she will take. You understand? Because me, I remember when I was that boy's age. Me and you, we grew up at the same kind of age. You understand me now? I remember when I was 18 years old. A brilliant boy to in that kind of industry. I was in that kind of industry at that age.
I mean, I actually saw many videos, Baba. I saw many videos, many of his shots for those few days.
He's making daily reports back to a television station at that age.
I never saw his face.
And you kill him off like that?
Until they killed him. I never saw his face.
Possible, I normally I saw the logo of the Yoruba Union. I think you are doing an amazing job, because
thank you.
I live in Britain, do you understand? I live down south from you. I got married in Edinburgh. I know a lot about you, brother. Do you understand me now? Now, I saw the logo of that thing. You have created a brand. Do you understand? And along the Maba make be dealing or to creating that logo of that Yoruba Union I saw. And it be Mama Yoruba the logo. In fact, you are very, very amazing, man.
Thank you.
And my brother, you are amazing. Everything you are doing, keep it up.
I will.
You understand? People like us that have lived abroad, because me, I still have a lot to share with people, because me, I've been following you for a very long time now. Because people don't understand what you are trying to bring to them. They just think, this man sits here, he just chats rubbish all the time. You understand? Things need to be to be done properly. Start from scratch and build from it.
We all need to agree.
Do you understand? There is nothing hard, there's nothing bad about it. A lot of countries have done it. And go to Singapore, go to all these countries, they've done it. You understand? They've become great nations now.
You are even going too fast. Zambia is making wave as we speak right now. If you have not been following them, Baba, I want you to begin to check on Zambia.
Baba,
they are not perfect, or just start checking them.
You don't know who you are talking to. What you are saying is true. I saw a video about them recently. Their president was criticizing their monetary system. He's telling them, they are telling him to come and sign. They are telling him to sign something. They are telling him to come and sign for vehicles that he doesn't need. He's telling them no. What is stupid thing that you bring into me when they are millions of vehicles on the ground?
Do you know those who are abusing him there? They are from Nigeria. Benny, this one. What is the population of Zambia? What is can you compare Zambia with Nigeria? Very useless giant of Africa. Honestly, Baba, it's still a long way to go. Trust me. Fizo, yeah. Thank you very much for that. So it's true. There are things that you will know that Nigeria at this level has shocked many people, and people are reacting just the best way they feel like. Indeed, because Nigeria has left people with no choice other than whatever they push towards you. That's one thing I keep saying. That's why I acknowledge this Obi movement. And I tell you, my friends, okay, you are not part of them. You don't want to be part of them. Most of the time, see them as the nemesis of the people who thought killing us for asking for self-determination will keep us or will keep other people demanding or making them demand impossible. Now, look at it this way. Now they have to fight on so many fronts now. This is one of them. This particular one, they are strategizing, and it is their karma. So you have nothing to lose. What do you have to lose? Let them slug everything out between themselves. The carcass of the entire thing, right? When they begin to fall off, right? The good things that will rumble out of that could be that exalted dream of yours and mine. But in this case, if they have this, if they don't have this OB or whatever, this NSAS turned Obi movement and all that, yeah? You and I today, APC, people destroying people, they would have been telling you, if you are not happy with Nigeria, go and join or start your own party. Come and overthrow us here. Now they are scared that the people they thought would never push them, they are giving them sleepless nights. So what do you have to lose? Than to sit down and be a spectator, watch, and then record like me. They are their karma. And something must give. Eventually, something will have to give. Hello there.
Yeah, Mayego.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
Mayego, I just want to thank you for the good job you're doing.
Thank you.
It's only Almighty God that will reward you.
Amen.
I know you don't know how many souls you're touching, but I will tell you that you're really touching souls, you know? You're touching souls. You're making people to realize, hey, so this is possible. Just want to say, greet you actually, but I want to drop one thing to those obedient fools that so the way you call them,
obedient fools, humbled slaves, sophisticated morons.
So the thing is, this thing that they have started giving them the sign, like the election will not be controlled electronically. They just see their reaction, and nobody even reacts. So for sure they will later turn it to manual election, and they will rig it, and nothing will happen.
See, Baba, we are even talking about rig it or not. You are still using the old textbook. As it be so, yeah. Rigging or no rigging, that one's certain. You can only rig when election take place, Nabi. I just received a breaking news that me and you are talking here now. Some northern governors, northeast governors, they are meeting with the president to let him know that they might need to postpone election in some northern states in 2023 because of insecurity. So you are talking about rigging. Baba, if I say me and you now, old textbook with the read. As we are here.
I see them for Old Testament.
Now, Old Testament, me and you, they read. Don't be only you, now me too, because as it be so, 24 hours is such a long time in their politics. Now, Nigeria teach me that. They are now saying that they are meeting, Northeast governors. They are meeting president to say, are you sure see this? We know sure see this election if you hold here, because as it be so, now in name, Nigeria, they take beer all those states now. In some places, sir, names, Zamfara. Yobe. Now only Nemo, now terrorists, they control the majority of those local governments now. No joke. Continue.
And after all these things going on, I don't know why people still think something good will come out of Nigeria. For me, I don't have. Before I was 2-3 years ago, I was really hoping like. But at some point, when I started listening to you and other people, I said, no, this thing, we cannot move forward. This country can never go anywhere unless they divide it. No. Or they at least restructuring. But restructuring is not possible because to fly is like everybody go their way.
Now people wait they to put too much English. Baba, restructuring. The Northerners understand restructuring more than many of us. We'll go bring that word out. Let's restructure. Restructure. No be them structure Nigeria this way. Do you know that if you say restructuring, there is no Nigeria again now? Do you know why Nigeria is Nigeria? Because of the free money they are sharing. A restructured Nigeria will not let one center to control our security anymore. We'll be doing it ourselves. They will not take any money from our land anymore or touch any resources from our land anymore. We'll be doing it ourselves. But what's it can't remain in Nigeria if you do all of that? Or do you not know why they are killing everybody for land, for oil, for money? It's not because of one Nigeria. If you restructure and Nigeria won't last 1 year where everybody go say bye-bye, you don't even share anything in common again, Sha. That's why they will never accept it.
So many villages in the north has been taken over by this Fulani. Yes, because some villages that have vast land, maybe it's only 10 families that live in that village. They will just go and kill them and occupy the place, and nobody will talk.
Baba,
they will start.
They know say they no fit kill everybody. Yeah. Guess what?
Yeah.
People were right. See, people in Zamfara, people in Niger states, some people right there in Yobe. They wrote in Kaduna as well. Kaduna, where Rufai is, they said, at this point, they are tired of fighting. Okay? There's a particular community that when the terrorists came, they fought them for 7 days. 7 days. Until they ran out of a bullet, ran out of weapons. The terrorists now invaded them. They killed those they will kill. Those ones they didn't kill, right? And other areas like that. They now wrote and said, at this point, we no get choice. To stay alive, to be able to go to farm, we have to agree to pay our taxes to these terrorists. Like officially. You get that now? Like they have concluded that government is not coming. Army is not coming. Nobody is coming. Nobody cares about them, right? But on paper, those local governments, they still collect allocation for Abuja. But guess who control them? Terrorists. Today, right now, as you are watching this.
Just imagine.
In Nigeria.
Just imagine. And again, one message I want to drop, at least with you, I think, Makinde, or what does it call? Or that which one is asking where Franny did?
None of them. But I can still deliver the message. The
message is that he should go and meet Oloye Sunday Igbo. We go give her you go tell them where they take for free. So you shouldn't ask anybody. You should just go anywhere.
It is sad, my brother. It is
let him go and meet. If he's honest with it, that he wants to pursue them, make him go meet Igbo. We go tell where they're there. And how you go say pursue them also. So make they come outside, they talk nonsense.
Now because Igbo won't know where they day. That is why they agree that Igbo must be killed. Now, grace of
God,
why
is this looking for who will give 50,000? Once somebody else is ready to do it for free, Igbo is ready to show them for free.
He's ready. He was doing it with his own money for free. They called for himself.
So let them stop deceiving people. And I'm telling a lot of people that is having hope on this, our so-called leaders or traditional rulers, that when this thing said, these people will not aware. Believe me, because people are hoping that when he said now, they will start breaking out that their money to finance the weapon to defend themselves. Those people don't go, they will all on their way. They will not even stay. They will not even stay. All of them, the traditional rulers, so pastors, so politicians, all of them, they go jackpot, they go jackpot, they go leave you on your own. These people be now where they chat, where they follow, they smile. The day where you go say now, you go leave all these people behind.
You has to now. If now you go wait. If you get the chance, but if you didn't enjoy your private jet this somewhere, they say you go wait.
But at least he have the money to finance the team they go on. But he will not do it. They are hoping that he will do it. He will never do it. He will never do it by a group. So everybody needs to stand up and start thinking ahead of all these politicians, because they will never, all these traditional rulers, they will never be there for you when it stands, and they go stand. And this one is they know also that these people will never stand for their people when the table turns. They know.
Are they not the same people they are using to weaken us from inside? Did we just become weak? Maybe their help.
And somebody will have money to go and buy, at least even if it's too small, one AK for himself, bury it somewhere, keep him. You go use the money, go buy a car. Where they drive the car?
It is well. Thanks so much, Mazi. Thank you very much. I'll take another
Thank you very much. Okay, yeah. Bye.
You too, Baba. Nice one. I appreciate that. So here we go. I have another caller here. Hello there.
Hello, my good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Long time. I'm calling from France.
I know that voice sounds so familiar. So how are you, sir? It's been a long time.
I'm okay. I'm a regular customer of Mayegu, the temple of the truth.
This is our temple, and every brethren here are all the brethren of truth. It's not so. I mean, we never get comfortable with when people lie to us, and then they are bold enough to lie to our faces. We'll actually tell you, come on. So you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Mayegu, the issue that bothers me that I want to bring to your notice is this Obi campaign. I think I'm not against the man, but we should be careful.
Yes.
I see Obi as a distraction to the youth.
It already happens, sir. You shouldn't say I see it. It is already. Are you with me? Yeah.
Because this cabal, this Nigeria cabal, APC and PDP, and the people who control Nigerians, they know Nigeria youth are very angry. The power may fall into somebody's hands, somebody else's hands. I think, and I'm very sure, they bring Obi up to distraction. My mind doesn't see me. I talked to somebody today in Nigeria. He said, yes. He said, you see the NBA conference. Say why they did not allow Sowore to be there. If Nigeria is sincere.
That's true. It was never.
Why
invited.
are they having prayer from media to speak to the people? Because they know it's their problem. They bring Obi out to see distraction. And this thing will be unveiled soon. Nigeria youth will get to know.
There are things already, sir, that I can confirm to you, okay? That we should not pretend about. Is a distraction. For the first time, just like when the only thing there that makes it complicated is this. If you remember NSAS, when NSAS happened, it was one of the protests that people actually ignored tribe, ethnic, religion, and politics and all that stuff, and somehow some young people actually came together. They came out without the usual, you want to go there. Now these people organize it too. And if you now look at that of Obi as well, immediately answers happened, right? Those who believe in Yoruba nation, those who believe in Biafra, they also caught the vibe of that time that this could be a catalyst to other things that will happen. Therefore, people started watching and paying attention. So if you look at that of Obi as well, the worst case there is that it has managed to draw the attention of the people from self-determination, right? So can we get a last shot? The usual delirium or delirium feelings that people always get that we call the mob mentality. You get that now?
Yeah.
So he is able to drag all that out. And like you said, the people who are members of the movement, they have decided to ignore all the red flags that shows that somehow they are actually watering the flowers planted by the same oppressors they are running away from. So you won't be far from wrong, sir. I mean, from truth. I will agree with you. Sir.
I said this NBA conference really opened my eyes because you know why? Why was it the same people that was there? Why were no another candidate was not there? Sowore was not there because it's an NBA conference. Everybody's supposed to be there. Why was this group of selected oppressor? The Malay to bring Obi to water the ground for the youth? No. Obi, personally, I'm not having anything against him. But I think he's being planted by the cabal. And it will soon be of it. Thank you very much, my Egun. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thanks so much for dropping by. Okay. I'll take another call before we go. Hello there.
Maye.
Baba.
Oh
yeah. How are you, Baba?
Mo máa ń sábà sọ fún ẹ pé ká ní pé ayé gún ni. Ṣọmọ ẹ pé ò ní máa ṣiṣẹ́ torí ayé ògún ló ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa. Ayé a máa gún sí ni o. Ayé a máa gún sí ni o. Ó dàbẹ̀ pé ó máa ń ní tí èèkan tó máa ń fẹ́ jẹ́ ká wà emotional. Ó ṣọmọ pé fídíò méjì kan wà. Ó máa ń tún mọ̀ pinch wa because these videos are too emotional. NSAS and what happened in Igboho. Those two videos were lie. We want to go back. We can't go back where we are now. We're in the middle of the sea. We are not going back to Nigeria again. It is better. We can't continue in this manner.
No.
We can't continue to be deceiving ourselves.
No.
It is high time everybody owes what you believe. And let's forge ahead. We're not going back to all this rubbish.
No options and all that. You know what people said? My Biafran brothers and sisters will tell me, Mayegun, our first option, if we are asked, they call us and say, yeah, come, what do you want? We tell them, our first option is Biafra. Okay, what is your second option? Biafra.
The second option? We don't have second option.
We should stick. Only one option will save us. And I agree with you, sir, honestly.
No, I told somebody on one platform, I said, let's put Atiku, Tinubu, and Obi. Let's put them together and tell them to rule Nigeria. They can't achieve anything good.
Nothing. Make them
they know. And for a moment, they know that they can never achieve anything. This is stupid system. Somebody is somewhere looking at them. They are playing that like a chess. Somebody who is getting old every day. Well, look at that Shetima. Look at that Shetima yesterday. These are kind of people who want to rule us.
Honestly.
These miscreants want to rule us. Who want to rule 250 million people? You have been there for 7 years. You are the one who introduced this Buhari to us. At the end of the day, he did nothing. And you want to come back again. How do you want to refresh our memory? Do you want all these answers? Like you are playing it today. I was crying within myself. I was shedding tears within myself.
I mean,
possible?
You can never hear the story of Pelumi, and you will never, as a father, as a parent, and as a human being, that it will not touch you, except if you are one of the APC members only.
It's just as if I need something from my dad. And that immediately the next how possible? And you now want to come back again and start embracing me and tell me to do something? Is that possible?
Or
I don't understand them. You are not using
God bless you, sir. One, Nick,
I want to tell you that most of we Nigerians in this America, enjoy they are enjoying themselves.
Yeah, comfortable.
I want to America try and say, okay, it's only the Americans they want to put into their IG. Can foreigners tó bá dẹ̀ pẹ́ jù tẹ́ bá lẹ ṣọdún mẹ́jọ yìí nǹkan tẹ̀ yín fall back sílẹ̀ máa fall back sí at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Hausa Fulani will still go away and just relax and allow you to finish what you want to finish. They will still take you back to Okweru. How long will we want to do that? How long will we want to do that? And any option, no. I always tell people, we don't have any option. We don't have any other idea. We don't have any solution than Yoruba nation.
Stick to that. Distraction.
Alliance, they want to go and better their friends and their allies. They are not coming to better the society. They are not ordinary insecurity, they can't tackle it. Advice.
Tinubu ti wá dẹni tó lè wá fẹnu ara ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe mọ́ o.
Tí o lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ because ó ti wá cimented.
Ambulance kan lè kó.
Statement yà lè grab ẹ̀ mọ́. We can't grab the statement any longer.
No longer.
You can't speak now. Ó remember nǹkan tó sọ in 2 minutes. And you want us to still follow that road call. Nígbà tó rí wa ò dàrú Yorùbá ni wá náà. Ọpọlọ ti pé jù. And God will bless you, my ego.
And you too, sir.
God bless you. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much for all the time. MOB. So this is I think this is where I'm supposed to be rounding up. But I can tell that I have this caller. I don't know if I should take it now or we should call it a night. We've all had a wonderful evening, so to say. I have done my part. I've done my bit, so to say. Then I hope that we would indeed leave this program with an updated, or let me say, refreshed information, the one that will possibly make you a different person. Don't join them in spreading the hate. All for what? Because they want to be president of Nigeria, where none of them can really articulate how they are actually going to bring that unity they are talking about. So I hope I have done my bit, and I hope you will do yours when you have a chance of educating other people too. Okay, we can all live peacefully, respectfully, and we can all grow enough, prosperously enough that we can put all this mess behind us. Election is not one of the reasons, or let me say one of the ways of how to get ourselves out of the woods. Anything you do with them is validation of what they have already plotted. Now, that can be a plotted twist. That will be up to you. But from my own side, the reason why I don't have many friends is because I don't bend the truth, especially the one that I'm very, very sure of. I mean, not on these characters, these criminals and what they have in mind. Moreover, you are in the election season, the season where everybody is kind of, emotionally worked up. And if you can't control your own emotion at this point, what they call emotional intelligence or something like that, right? That is something that you have, and you'll be able to contain yourself, control your thoughts before you act, or else they will bamboozle you here and there, and you'll find yourself where you know no. I'll be waiting to call where they will carry you to go where you don't know. Anyway, I've had the time. I know I have other callers right now, but I'm going to draw the line. My time is so up, and I'm sorry I spent a lot of time talking earlier. Okay, I'll see you some other time. And thanks for joining me too. So like, share, subscribe, and I will see you some other time. So good night from here.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó jódodo.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni
ó fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n ní.